Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you the details of this car, the new CUPRA FORMENTOR. This is the facelifted version with the diesel engine. So let's start with the design itself. Now on this facelifted version, first thing that you notice here on the front is the new design language from CUPRA. So we have the large CUPRA badge in the middle, a very pronounced bonnet and the bumper as well. So just look at those beautiful lights. We have the new LEDs, new lighting signature. So I will lock the car. You see the daytime running LEDs, they turn into indicators. And now when I unlock it, once again, look at this, the gorgeous lighting signature. You have also the fog lights and the real air inlets. By the way, the name of this color is Midnight Black. It is probably my personal favorite for this car. I want to hear your thoughts. How would you spec it? Now we take a look from the side. 4,451 millimeters is the length of the car. We have dynamic silhouette of the car. I mean, just look at the lines over there, pronounced C-pillar. And the wheels, they are either 18 or 19 inch ones. So here we have the 19-inch wheels. They're called the SANDSTORM, and we have the dimension here 245 40 R19 Continental tires on this particular model. You can see the wheel arches, very pronounced, and also the side skirts as well. Now moving on to the rear, where I want to show you the coast-to-coast taillights. If I unlock the car, you can see first the logo illuminates, and then you have the beautiful lighting animation greeting you. And look at this. So from one side to another, definitely an eye-catcher on the road. The CUPRA badge that is illuminated, and also the CUPRA lettering in here. Let me show you the illuminated logo once again. There we go. How gorgeous is that? And the car has got the dynamic indicators, and in the settings you can actually set whether you want the dynamic ones or the standard ones. Now here in the lower section, very sporty design, and unfortunately no real exhaust pipes on this particular model. Now press this to open the tailgate. Here we are greeted with the square shape and some convenient features. So for example, look at this. The power outlet is here, very useful and something that I would definitely love to have in my car. These are here the hooks on both sides for your shopping bags. And let me show you also something that we don't often see, the spare wheel here at the back as well. So very convenient indeed. Press this to close the tailgate. You can also open the tailgate by pressing the button on the key. This is the key, by the way. And now that we saw the exterior, we are ready for the interior of the car. So here we are greeted with a nice modern layout. I love this steering wheel, 3-spoke one with the flat bottom and those buttons. I will show you the functionalities in a moment. But here, look at the pattern, very cool because it follows the pattern on those seats as well. Upon entering the car, you are greeted with the CUPRA lettering. This is divided into two sections, and you have the standard buttons for the windows and the mirrors. You can also open the tailgate in here. And now let's see this from driver's perspective. All right, then here is your view as a driver with this lovely 3-spoke steering wheel with the flat bottom and the physical buttons. Digital cockpit in front of the driver, 12.9-inch touchscreen, lovely design of the dashboard itself and also the materials as well. Now I will change the view and show you more details. So this is the start engine button. The CUPRA button is here for switching between different driving modes, and then by pressing the view button you can change the views on the digital cockpit. So quite nice. And again, I'm a big fan of this steering wheel. You have the physical buttons here, also for volume, for example, and changing of the things that you see here in front of you. So you see, you can then configure it out yourself. 12.9-inch touchscreen. I will go through the infotainment system in a moment. The air vents are located below the screen, and also these are illuminated, so that's nice to see. And wireless charging pad, USB-C ports, lovely materials throughout this middle section. So the central bridge, this is the gear selector for the automatic transmission, DSG 7-speed automatic. And yeah, also the electronic parking brake and the auto hold, as well as the lock button, are located here in the middle. What I really love is the fact that we don't have a lot of gloss black, so only this section is in gloss black, which you will not touch. You will just touch this P button. But yeah, actually really good design, and definitely a big fan of this. Now the cup holders are here, pretty deep but not adjustable. And underneath this, you will find the storage room and the 12-volt power supply. So that's convenient. And by opening the glove compartment, you are greeted with a decent amount of room in here as well. Now the infotainment system, it's a well-known system from CUPRA, so you can adjust the widgets on those main screens, and then by pressing this, you go into this menu where you have pretty much all the things. So of course, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, telephone connection, radio, media. You can adjust the settings for the sound in here, vehicle settings, so a lot can be adjusted here. These are the driver assist and safety systems, and then you can adjust how you want them to work. And also we do have the speed limiter, and also the alerts for the speed warning. This is actually what I wanted to say. We do have the speed warning, which is mandatory by law, but it's easy to turn it off here when you're driving, because every time you turn on the car, you will have the beeping as soon as you go just a bit over the speed limit. It's mandatory by law. So this is where you will turn this system off. And yeah, you can then play with bunch of driver assist and driving alert systems and adjust how you want them to work. Now the vehicle settings are here. This is very cool because you have the layout of the car, and then you change between different things. Headlight settings, so LEDs, and you can also get the matrix LEDs on the CUPRA Formentor. And in this particular case, we have the LED lights. Mirrors, you can then adjust how you want them to work in here. Comfort light, so you can have the light animation on or off if you don't like it, but I think I will definitely have this animation. But yeah, share your thoughts with me, would you have it or not? But I think most of the drivers will have it on. Switch on when approached, you can also turn that on. Coming home and leaving home light duration can be adjusted here. For taillights, you have either the animation on, or you can turn it off. For this particular model, I will definitely have the animation one. I think it's very cool. And also you can change between dynamic and classic turn signals, but I would again keep the dynamic ones. I think that's pretty cool. And now let's go back. Tires, here is where you can reset the tire pressure monitoring system and also set the speed warning for the winter tires. Easy open, brakes, opening and closing can be adjusted here. So you see a lot of settings for the car. Wipers, and back to the start. So this is just for the exterior, and now for the interior you can select details for instrument cluster, for the data, for the trip, and interior lighting. So really a lot of options. And yeah, you can also see the status of the vehicle. As you can see, all is good. And yeah, let's go back. Drive profile, there are 3 driving modes: comfort, performance, and individual. And then you can also adjust the settings for steering, engine, ACC, air conditioning. And then also if you take the DCC suspension, then you would also be able to adjust that one as well. And you can also have the information about the driving mode. So performance and then comfort. And in the individual, again, you can then just configure it out yourself. Lighting, so this is really cool because I'm a big fan of the ambient lights, and you can then change between different ambient lights. You can also have them synced with the drive modes. So this red is really cool. Then liquid, pulse, electrified. And you can also adjust it yourself. There we go. And the color, we can put the red, for example. Not sure how much the camera is catching it now, but stay tuned for the night drive. It will be very cool, I think. There we go. Going back. Seats, you have the heating for both driver and passenger's seat, and it's easy to activate it here also. And then speaking about heating, press this to turn on the steering wheel heating, and now it's off. Settings for the system are here, and also let me show you the AC controls, of course. So they are here, they're on touch. You have the illuminated sliders once again for the temperature, and you can adjust the AC controls in here. And also you have some smart functions, which are like the shortcuts. And even though it is on touch, it's pretty easy to use, to be honest. So you have this bar that is here all the time, no matter which menu you are in. So it's easy to access the AC controls. In the upper section you will find also some shortcuts, and when you swipe it like this, you can deactivate, for example, the start-stop system and the speed warning, lane assist, and other things. So pretty convenient. I think that's it when it comes to the infotainment system. Very easy to use, and you also saw it's very fast and intuitive, so big thumb up from me. Now here you have the lights. Let me also show you the sun visor. Hello there. And now let's explore the rear bench. And by the way, we are changing now the drive modes. If we go here to drive profile, you will see also, there we go. Very nice detail. And the settings for the lights are here. When I open the door, you'll see this turns to red. 2679 millimeters is the length of the wheelbase on this model, and now we will check out the situation at the rear bench. So first of all, let me show you the door panel with the similar pattern like on the front, and decent amount of room in the door pocket. Let's jump on board. There we go. And really a lot of room in here. This is so good. I'm 1.87 m, and I adjusted the front seat for me, and you can see here I am really comfortable. Also storage areas, then USB-C ports, the air vents, and in the middle, let me show you the middle armrest with the cup holders. They are not adjustable, but this is pretty convenient. And at the rear, this is the situation for my head. I'm 1.87 m, and look at the amount of room that I still have. This is really impressive, especially since we know this car has got the dynamic silhouette. So it looks very sporty, but at the same time, very practical. As you can see, here I am so comfortable, so big thumb up from me. Time to talk about the powertrain. Now there are various options, but under the bonnet of this particular model is the 2-liter diesel producing 150 horsepower paired with the 7-speed DSG automatic transmission. Top speed is 205 kilometers per hour. It's very nice actually to see the diesel in the new car still available. And also there are other options. You can go for the petrol versions, for the mild hybrid petrol, and also the e-hybrid, the plug-in hybrid model. Tell me in the comments what would be your choice of powertrain for this car. I will now do another walk around with the lights, indicators, and the fog lights turned on. So let's start here on the front. You can see the main units here, the indicators. So these would usually be the daytime running LEDs, and then they turn into indicators. The fog lights here in the lower section. That's how it looks on the front. Very cool design here for the indicator on the wing mirror. And now from the rear, you can see we have the dynamic indicators, coast to coast lights, and here is the fog light, of course illuminated logo as well. Alright guys, so that was it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Do subscribe to the channel as we are now going on a point of view test drive. So stay tuned for that and see you on the next one. Bye bye.